We were waiting and waiting. All right, now, something else. I run for exercise, and the jogging track is up on deck 13. You know, one thing I noticed is that some passengers are apparently just totally shocked and surprised to see someone jogging on the jogging track. I don't know why, but they are. And so if I'm coming around, even when I announce from behind, you know, passing on your left, please, you know, that kind of thing, they're still surprised. Now, if it's a couple, and if the man happens to hear me first, he usually just steps aside and pulls his lady over to the side too. But I've also noticed that it's usually the man who starts to lose his hearing first. Now, you know, many of you ladies think this hearing loss is deliberate and he just doesn't want to listen. But I think it's actually true that men lose their hearing first. So if the lady who finally hears me coming, they almost always panic. Ooh, ooh, ee, and they're shrinking away like this, like I'm some crazy ship mugger coming along, and you know, smuggled onto the ship just to attack them on deck 13 on the jogging track. You know, even yesterday, just yesterday, I passed a lady and she did the ooh, ee, and 2 minutes later, as I came around again, same thing, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, you would think she would have gotten used to it already. On a trip like this, on a voyage like this, we have people from, you know, many, many countries, and you start to notice some of the cultural differences. You know, we sat one night on a table over here. There was a British couple. Table over here, there were some people from Italy. And you know, the Brits at dinner were, you know, sort of what you expect from Brits. They were, you know, proper and straight and, you know, pass the crisps and where's the drinks and, you know, what's the show tonight and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Now, you know, to my other side, there are a couple of Italian gentlemen, actually. And if you've ever actually sat and watched and paid attention to Italian men in conversation, it's really fascinating. It really is. Whatever they're talking about, it seems like whatever it is, it's always the most intense, the most important conversation in the world. They're sitting there off in their shirts, you know, they have maybe 3 buttons open and a gold chain, and they're very world weary and they're very intense, and they talk in Italian and you're trying to listen and you're doing good, but it's all very important and very important. But, you know, for all I know, they're actually having the same conversation that the Brits are. You know, passing the bread, please, where's the drinks? All right, what else? Well, food. You know, you're on a ship, there's food. There's tons of food, there's mountains and mountains of food. In fact, this is a fact. My wife and I actually avoid going on cruises for 30 years because everybody who's been on cruises say, oh my gosh, there's so much food. Everybody goes on a ship and gains 10 pounds or 15 pounds. And, you know, all that cholesterol and weight, and, you know, it just didn't sound like a lot of fun. Actually, once we did try it, and we figured out, well, if we exercise and run and all that, we could work this out. But, you know, I met one guy on the trip, and he said he'd actually already gained 20 pounds on this trip. Now, you know, he was a big guy. I mean, he was at least 300 pounds. For you Europeans, that's, you know, 140, 150 kilos. And the amazing thing was, is he said he was only eating 1 meal. And I said, really? How could you gain 20 pounds on just 1 meal a day? He said, no. The meal started 2 weeks ago in Dover. If you want to throw a rim shot in there, if you like one of the jokes, that's okay. All right, so what else did I notice? Oh, yeah. One thing about the cruise line, they're not above using scare tactics. Did you notice that? You know, only take our excursions because why would you want to give a credit card to strangers? You know, folks, we give our credit card to strangers 10 times a day. What's the big deal? Or, you know, only take our excursions because if you're running late, we'll leave you at the dock. Well, Judith Egan? I rest my case. All right, I'll wrap it up. You know, tonight the bill is coming due. You get your statement from NCL. It's going to be a shock. You drank, you gambled, you drank, you played bingo, you bought raffle tickets, you got manicures, you got massages, you drank some more. And for some reason, a lot of you women think that if you're on a ship, that's just the absolute best place to buy tanzanite and amylite and amber and, you know, such a deal, Walmart quality at twice the price. So tonight the bill comes due, and tonight you will know the other meaning for NCL. No cash left.
Thank you very much, Jay Silverman from Washington, D.C. I got he's like 10 pages back to back of all these observations. Okay, so folks, we have our